Hi guys, Ross McEwan, a former CEO for the Royal Bank of Scotland, spoke to Nick Ferrari about the current economic crisis Britain is facing. He criticised Brexit, describing Britain as pulling itself out of the European market that resulted in a drop in trade of 15% in just 6 months. When asked how long the pain will last, he said probably until 2024. Now this is something backed by the OBR, which said growth will not recover until 2025. And of course, Nick Ferrari ignored the criticism of leaving the single market here. Anyway, have a listen to what they had to say.
I know you and your colleagues have to focus on Australia in your role with the National Australia Bank, but how long do you think the pain will continue in UK, Ross?
Look, I think you've got a fair few years to get through this. You've got to get inflation down, which is difficult because it's imported. You've got an economy that's sitting there, it's having some troubles. You pulled yourself out of the European market. When I was up there, and this was only a few months ago, you'd lost 15% of the value of the UK exporting into the European market in a 6-month period of time. That's a lot of income to give away. So I think it's just a matter of let's get back to some good, solid, stable positions, get the economy of the UK moving again with some stability.
2020.
We're lucky to be down here in the UK, in Australia, with a very strong economy, exporting very well. And I think stability helps.
2024, Britain back on track?
I think it's going to be that long. But, it's quietly re-establish yourselves as a great exporting nation, which the UK always was.
Okay, just a few things to say about this. I agree with him when it comes to the first part. Trade is down 15% in 6 months with the European Union. And and the OBR has already said that 2023 and 2024 are pretty much a write-off. Now, when they talk about growth, remember it's recovery from a position of recession. So it's not that the economy bounces back and everything's great again. It's recovering from a lower position. So growth will, the bottom will be reached, but anything less than the bottom is considered as growth, which means that the economy will still be in a very, very bad position. Now, the part I disagree with him here is it's about manufacturing. Manufacturing has been gutted over the last number of decades. Since Thatcher, the objective of the Thatcher government was to get rid of manufacturing and replace GDP growth with services. So I'm not sure what he's talking about when he talks about exporting once again. Export what? Unless it's services. But the UK government under Boris Johnson was not interested in doing trade deals with the European Union when it came to services. It was more about fish and not even manufacturing. So the manufacturing has been gutted over the last number of decades. Brexit has made it more difficult for exporters to operate. Because remember, goods have to be exported into the EU, and if they don't meet the requirements necessary for the single market, then they can't be exported, or there are restrictions on that exportation. So unless Brexit is undone, manufacturing is going to continue to suffer. Yes, the economy will start to recover, but that's all going to be internal. It's not going to be export driven. So I think he's correct when he's talking about the damage Brexit is doing, but I think he's misguided when he thinks that everything is going to improve. Now, I'm not an expert on this. He's the ex-CEO of the Royal Bank of Scotland, so he should know better. But if manufacturing has been gutted, has been reduced over the last number of decades, where is this growth going to come from? Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.